Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Copy. All right, all right, all right. Good. Great glory. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. Please give me a one if you can hear me and see me well. All praises to the Most High God Almighty. Thank you for the Holy Spirit for being in the midst of us. Today is our 15th days of the 40th days of fasting, of our 40-day light fast, in order to balance ourselves with the darkness or the shadow that is within us and us. And today we are going to discuss diligence, the states of diligence. I'm always going to play this thing after that. There's a lot of people that literally or know more because of this whole Thanksgiving going on out there. Beloved, diligence and discipline are pretty much the same thing. They left and right hand, but diligence in that case is the discipline of steady effort. You have to keep things steady. See, this is one thing that we do here and the AK family and others. We are very diligent. We keep this thing going. Yea, yet indeed, there are certain things we refrain from doing, not because they are wrong, but because they are sacred. We do not publish them or do them publicly. Okay. So diligent is this commitment in motion, always in motion. Remember, we talk about stagnation is death. Well, we make this choice here to stay consistent. And this is something you personally have to do yourself day after day, regardless of distraction, difficulties, or things. And diligence, beloved, you will start building excellence. And this is one thing that we build here. You see, one thing I notice when it comes to scumbaggery, people are very diligent when it comes to this negativity. I watch people, well, I used to, now no longer, because this thing, it become very unhealthy what I was doing, watching an unhealthy amount of those people diligently following whatever case that was going on in certain people in life, which they have no connection, they don't know what happened, but they were doing Simon Says. They are diligently online every day, trashing people, trashing this, trashing that. When it comes to these things, they have discipline. When it comes to negativity, 83 have discipline to fix on us and do all these things. But when it comes to themselves, they don't. That's why you yourself, you must have the diligence. This slacking off and slacking everything and slack off, this culture of slacking off, what they call it, not in here, not in this lifetime, not in this realm, not in this future. We must be persistent, beloved. Remember, persistency, perseverance, tenacity, patience. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you. This is the core of diligency. Marcher, chercher, pardon, sans souper. You have to seek, look, knock, beg, ask. Most of the time, the answer will be no. You will find that one yes, the proper yes, the correct and the right yes. You must do your due diligence, beloved, and pretty much everything. It's not just a, hey, I heard it from Brother Big Levi. It is true. A sister sent me a video today. She shared via WhatsApp. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can. Oh boy, she did share it with me. Yes, all right. I have the video here. Let me post it. All right. Do diligence, something like this. After the fast, we will discuss the due diligence you must do in order to move forward. It's not just like, hey, I heard it from this guy, I heard it from this. Do your own due diligence. When you're doing your homework, your prayers, your meditation, make sure everything is correct. I have this issue. A couple of years ago, I used to wake up and left my bed unkept, go to work, and because I was always busy and do stuff and things. So now I wake up, I made my bed and everything, fix everything in the room, and I don't take my shoes in the bathroom anymore. Though it is a place where we clean, I just leave my shoes or my sandals in there because I notice every time I'm sweeping or mopping, there's a lot of dirt in there. I don't leave that. And I always do the due diligence, although it pains me. Those minor little stuff always get on my nerve, but I did it. When I fix the bed, I usually, leave it like I just fix it, but it's not crease. It's just not properly made. And I do the due diligence to make sure it's properly, it's straight, no wrinkles, and everything is nice. Do your due diligence pretty much in anything and everything that you're doing. I'm studying something, that's why every book that I teach in my class, I study them, I read them twice and study them three times before I do things. Due diligence. Do your due diligence. That's why a lot of people, they let due diligence to their doctors. Your health is not your doctor responsibility. We talk about this, beloved. It's been a while. I haven't mentioned the steps, but that's not their duty. You should not be able, beloved. You should not be in any situation for you to go to your doctor and find out that your blood pressure is in the 200. Your sugar is above whatever it was supposed to be. This is due diligence. You know for a fact, every single one of you here should have a blood pressure machine. It is a requirement in the state, well, in the midst of the 8K right here, to have a blood pressure machine. And you must check your blood pressure every single day. You do your own due diligence. You check if you have diabetes, you check it, and then you write down what you ate so you won't commit the same sin over and over. We have to do the due diligence, beloved. It is your due diligence to pray for yourself, for your family, for the nation, for the people, for this, for that. We cannot leave this fact in the hand of pastors. We cannot leave these facts in the hand of priests. We cannot leave our spiritual work, our shadow work, in the hand of therapists, the pastors, people that have no best interest in not about you. Remember, people are governed by self-interest. You cannot change this. You must do your own due diligence. We talk about this multiple times. We talk about how, beloved, you have to be persistent, careful, and consistent. Remember, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If you have a worthy ideal, something that you're fighting on, and you work on it every day, 1% a day for 100 days, you're a successful person. The moment you start working on whatever plan that you have, you're successful. That is why we remain successful in this work 100%. Because our consistent effort is toward this meaningful goal. And this meaningful goal is to attain the light, to be a brother or sister of the light. I'm not saying into some kind of club or secret society. No, to fully develop yourself magically, to become a saint and above, a Kabbalist, or like Yahushai, our brothers, because that's what's his mission here. Well, at least the one that's supposed to be like that. With diligence, beloved, we are able to create reliability and structure. And there's one thing we know in life: a lot of people, like, we rely on them, they are not that reliable. You would have thought in your marriage or in this relationship that you are, and you rely on this other to do this while you're doing that. And if that person did or do the job that's supposed to do, we both would have been successful, we both would have moved forward, but you cannot rely on this person. You cannot rely on this sibling to do this while you are busy doing that. No, you're going to have to do everything yourself. And this sibling, this offspring, and whoever they are, those people, they will come and reap the benefit. You will fight for things. You wouldn't want those people to come and help you. No, they want. When the rewards come and everybody come and smile in your face and telling you, hand it over. See, diligence, it builds, of course, as we're going to study in the good book Mastery by the great fellow, the great master, Mastery. I'm keep saying mystery. Mastery. All right, we're going to study Mastery. All right, by Robert Greene. Diligence helps you build mastery and skill. There are certain things, if you are diligent in it, you will build I'm assuming it's not garbage. Which garbage? You will build some mastery and skills on it. You see, in this walk, we have built mastery. And it is not just in this walk. Anything out there. Remember, for those of you, a few years ago, I shall say 3 years ago, January 2022, when the whole AI thing burst into the market, and we were making our pictures and stuff using AI, and so to speak. And of course, a lot of people were against this. They were the profane. Everything, anything that they don't want our people in it, they will use some of the blastos to come out there and say stuff. Well, this is the 21st century. You still have people out there, that was back in 2022, talking about how AI is a demon, how you went to hell if you use it. The same thing they were telling our folk in the 60s, not to use computer, not to learn about it, because electricity and computer is the work of the devil. And a lot of our people didn't get into the race. And look what happened. Same thing happened during the era in 1980s. You got Barry White was warning the people like, yo, you young folks need to get into your computers, do your due diligence. The whole thing about studios buying all those equipment, you don't want to. It's not gonna be a couple years from now. It's not. All you will need is a very small computer and things. Do it. Learn it. A lot of the people were against that. They were saying, no, you do know school has been obsolete since the 1920s. College been obsolete since the 1910s. Yet they taught our people to hate it. Anything that they could learn, learning and do their due diligence, they don't build any mastery in pretty much anything. It's sitting there, hatred, bitching and mourning and crying and not using what the Holy One sent unto you. Do you know everything that is out there is a tool? And when we did our diligence, we build the mastery, we build the skills. Now, what do you see around? Everybody is using it. You see, 83 do not want competition. That's why they always discourage you to do things that they already are doing, and then they will take this thing, they will go ahead and rule over you with it. The reason our people do music, basketball, entertainment, they stick with it, they do their diligence, they build mastery and skills with pretty much everything and anything. You can do that. The energy of the youth, or whatever this generation is misdirected. It is into all sort of things. We have this whoops, there we go. This is where our people build skills and mastery, okay? Not all, but the typical.
And topping our news tonight, an East Alabama teen convicted as an accomplice to murder, learning his fate today in a Russell County courtroom. Emotional pleas from the parents on both sides of this case before the judge rendered his final ruling for 18-year-old Jadarius Snipes. But it was his mother who ended up in handcuffs during this proceeding. Newsletter 9's Alexis Thornton joins us live from our newsroom after being at that sentencing hearing. So, Alexis, tell us more about this courtroom drama today.
Well, Jason, two fathers stood before the judge today with completely different pleas. Snipes' father begged for mercy for his son, while the victim's father demanded justice with the maximum sentence. But tensions escalated when Snipes' mother was handcuffed before the judge sentenced him to 45 years in prison.
I want you to see this because I lucked out. Because of the fact that I don't want to hear them say that stuff.
Jadarius Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, left the courtroom after an investigator spoke to the court, referencing a social media picture the morning after the killing of Ryan Bowles. The investigator says the photo showed Snipes with a gun and throwing gang signs with younger boys, influencing them, when officials say they should have been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry.
Okay, this is where we build mastery and skills. Trash, garbage. You got this 16-year-old at that time, and this is the problem. Another problem again. We keep believing a 16-year-old is a mindless child. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just copy things, influenced by gangs and throwing gang sign with real gun online. You got this epidemic. It's not only only in the US, it's pretty much everywhere. And we said that, oh, look at him being cute and stuff. He's not 18 yet. And then when the heavy consequences come, and this is where we build mastery and skills. There you go.
Angry. I'm entitled to be pissed off. I'm entitled to walk away when I don't want to hear BS.
The judge ordered deputies to place her in handcuffs after she refused to come back inside the hearing.
So for anybody to try to condemn me or force me to listen,
I've been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry. I'm entitled to be pissed off. I'm entitled to walk away when I don't want to hear BS.
The judge ordered deputies to place her in handcuffs after she refused to come back inside the hearing.
Skills. This is the type of people we will support. Oh, we'll die for that. We'll march for that. Nobody will say, women, your child, your grown-ass men go out there with a gun, online, posting, and do all these things, and nobody can tell them nothing. You'll be damned if you tell this kid or any one of them to do something. They'll run to their mother, they run to their father and say, you threaten them. Either this person will go somebody over there and kill you, or go out there and tell you things, because I'm entitled to say those things. And this thing is, this fellow get 65 years, but they say Jadarius Snipes sentenced to 65 years in prison, but they say 45. I believe 45 years he will be eligible for parole. So you got your 16-year-old son. Now he's 18, which is an adult, because they drag the thing since 2023. They drag it 2 years and make him 18 and sentencing him to 45 years. He'll get out when he's like 50 something, 52 or 53 or whatever. So, and this is the thing, I gotta throw a fit over there and stuff like that. Okay, we build mastery and skills in this because we do the due diligence and things like that. And I'm not saying this is this, beloved. It's pretty much everywhere. It's a very small group of our people that are build mastery and positiveness, because this hate is everywhere. I told you I got this in my family is worse. The tolerance for it, rather than the intolerance.
So for anybody to try to condemn me or force me to listen and tell me I wanted you to be there for your son, no, you wanted me to listen to y'all lies. Because if you was actually there for my son in a judicial way, you would have never allowed none of this stuff to happen.
I think she is just making excuses for her son and for his actions and not taking responsibility, and he doesn't either.
Snipes was sentenced to 45 years for felony murder and 20 years for robbing Douglas Rutledge before Bowles was shot in the Synovus Bank parking lot.
He spent 45 years for killing someone, and then they add an additional 20 years for a robbery that happened in camera with guns and all this hate, you know, smoking, drinking, rappers talking about how they rob people. Of course, you know, nobody say, okay, well, we should have a coalition of people that will go against these record labels, not the rappers and stuff. They don't know any better. You go after those record labels, you sue them, because what they are doing out there, it's on purpose, destroying a specific target, a specific group of people. But no, we ain't gonna do that. Nobody, okay, well, this dude, he's a 16-year-old kid with a gun, robbing people at gunpoint and shooting people and posted online.
13th Street in Phoenix City in December 2023. Rutledge also took the stand addressing Snipes, saying, quote, "I pray that you find peace. I love you and I forgive you." Rutledge called Snipes his nephew, just knowing him from the community.
He'll be eligible for parole at some point. I don't know when. The family and our office will be notified on any future parole dates, and as far as I'm concerned, we will begin objecting as soon as the parole dates come up.
Look, we talked about this before. We talk about like the whole idea, gang in the streets selling. This thing was done and like the moment the internet hit the market. You as a young black person, black man, black woman, or whoever you are, you don't need to go in the street and selling. The internet is one place that you can make a lot of money, some money. You can actually live off the internet, doing the proper and the right thing. But we were taught, our people were taught that, quote unquote, the internet is the work of the devil. Okay, the pastors, the reverend, they were there telling our people don't use it because children are going to the internet to watch crap, you know, to watch filth and stuff. And our people go up thinking like, okay, well, we don't want anything in computer and master. We don't build masters and things like that. And beloved, just to show to the people, let me see this. All right, this one, just to show the people, this is not just us, so to speak, okay? Okay? This is where the mastery and skills and things came from. Garbage, all right?
A 17-year-old accused of pepper spraying tourists on the Riverwalk is in jail. Investigators say the attack happened on November 15th and left a woman, toddler, and multiple passengers hurt. Now, Cassidy Trevino faces 3 charges. KENS 5's Meredith Haas brings us the very latest.
Trevino's bond is set at just over $100,000, and the 17-year-old was reportedly already on probation when it all happened. It was the TikTok video that went viral on social media, and it would be key for investigators to make an arrest. It happened on the Riverwalk back on November 15th. According to police, the victims involved had an argument on the Go Rio boat. It ended with 17-year-old Cassidy Trevino.
So this is a 17-year-old. This is a child already on probation and pepper spray babies, toddlers, and people because they told her, yo, you need to get off the boat because you're being rowdy, you're being very disrespectful, and please get off. And she sprayed them, people will sit there, but that's a child. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know anything. And this is where the skills and mastery build and all this nonsense. Yo, you're a grown-ass woman. You should have known when you are in the midst of people, society, to behave, not being there, thinking this is all about you. You pepper spray a toddler, a 3-year-old. You pepper spray him. Because when they do those things, they're like, oh, well, you know, she's 16. We cannot, you know, put her in prison and stuff. She's just a child. She's 17 now. She's just a child. There's nothing we can do about this. You know, her brain is not fully developed and stuff like that. And people just sit down and then they listen to this garbage, okay?
Being asked to get off. That's when police say she sprayed pepper spray, hitting multiple people, including a 3-year-old child. Okay. The video of it going down would be key to
a 3-year-old babies. Now people will defend her because, you know, she had a hard life. She was molested. You know, there was a pedophile in her house. Her dad beat her up. Her mama abandoned her. That's why she act like this. And people will accept that. People, okay, well, that's fine. I thought like she was a regular teenager and stuff like that. This is where the skills and mastery come garbage.
her arrest. According to her arrest warrant, Trevino was identified by her probation officer, and residents who saw the viral video.
17, you're already in probation and all this nonsense. This is where the skills and mastery come from. Garbage, nothing but garbage, man.
Began calling in tips. Now 11 days later, Trevino was arrested and booked into the Bexar County Jail on bonds totaling $110,000. She's facing 2 charges of injury to a child or elderly person and 1 charge of assault, causing bodily injury. If Trevino bonds out, she's mandated to be on house arrest and has a no contact order. Reporting for KENS 5.
Okay. And there are so many of those things going on out there, man. Okay. We got 17-year-old walking around there. They look 30s. What happened? Smoking and drinking, early age, losing night, either something playing video game or walking at night, walking around. There's another video of a 12-year-old girl. She got involved before, this will be the last one.
In the district tonight, a 12-year-old girl arrested accused of committing multiple robberies. Fox 5's Shamari Stone has the details from Northeast.
Tonight, people are stunned that the robbery suspect is just 12 years old. One of those robberies happening right here near the Noma Gallaudet U New York Avenue Metro Station. Riders tell me as they get off trains that they can't believe that the suspect is 12 years old. Let's roll some video to show you more about these robberies. Police say the 12-year-old and a group of juveniles were out here on the 200 block of M Street Northeast trying to steal someone's bike but snatching their groceries instead and running away around 7:45 last Wednesday night. Around just 20 minutes later, someone is riding a scooter on the Metropolitan Branch Trail near the 1300 block of 2nd Street Northeast. Detectives say the 12-year-old girl and a group of juveniles grabbed the rider's book bag, stealing the scooter and a cell phone. And then this past Sunday, that's when police tracked down one of the suspects, that 12-year-old girl, charging her with all the robberies. People who live in the neighborhood are shocked that the suspect is so young.
God, where her mother at? Where this little girl mother at? Where they role models at? Where's the adults? That's the question we all trying to figure out.
It's a sad and unfortunate reality that we live in.
And tonight it is. And you cannot say nothing the moment you try to say, whoa, that was a 12-year-old girl going around and do this. Well, mother, don't tell me how to do this. Don't tell me how to. People will come in people will call you name. People will yo, what was the family? Where are the adults? Where are the people? Because we will do the due diligence and negligence. And negligence. I've seen this thing, beloved. I stay in an apartment where you got 10, 12-year-old girls and boys running around stealing the fire extinguishers, spray people's house, busted your window, throwing eggs at your car. I publish this privately and do all these things. And then when you approach their mothers and stuff, they threaten you. They threaten to call their father. They threaten to call the police on you and things like that. And people just sitting there and, there's nothing you can do because they haven't run to the wrong person. Some of the people out there will not stand for this, man. They got groceries and things already expensive, and your 12-year-old child running and stole their groceries, man. Some people will not stand for this, man. Oh, she's 12, they're kids, they're doing that. Nah, man. Some people will not stand for this. So, beloved, okay, we build this, again, I'm speaking on a somewhat general term, this build mastery and these skills. People become mastery and garbage, all right? So we ignore discipline. We ignore, because diligence strengthens your discipline. Like I said, diligence is the left, discipline is the right hand. All right. Diligence make you, it produce long-term success. Because everybody is looking for this short-term success, either online and the rap game or whatever game. The era of one-hit song, the era of one-hit movie, the era of one-hit, whatever that is over. Now you have to do your due diligence and release tracks after tracks, movie after movies, books after books to keep a long-term success. It's not you win the NBA once and then that's it, you're going to be successful forever. No. Due diligence, it eliminated something that the nation kind of love and loathe, procrastination. It eliminated that. Due diligence to a degree make destiny predictable. If you do your due diligence, you must certain already know that you know the results that are going to happen. If your due diligence, you go to the gym every day, you work, you keep away from the sugar, the carbs, and all the bad food, you work for a year or two, you almost certain the results that you're going to get. Destiny, it's almost predictable. You keep with your health, you keep with this, you're going to live very long. But beloved, like I tell the youth, my people, my children, the others, you don't effed up your 60s or 50s, 70s, or 40s for that matter. Now it's only in your 40s. You effed up your 40s when you are in your teen, when you're 12, 15, 16, 17. You think the world is yours and you have zero responsibility because responsibility started when you're 18. And you never take responsibility when you reach 18, drinking, smoking, doing drugs, do all sort of things. And by the time you reach 40 and 50, you're done. You gas out. The energy in your body is spent. It's spent. By the time you try to take things seriously, your record is already gone. Your health is no more. And when you look back, all your friends or people that you watch and they're doing something, you have nothing. This is predictable. Diligence, you do your due diligence and pretty much anything, you can predict the future. Okay? Now, how do we practice to a degree due diligence and make it palpable? We must finish a task completely, check, double check, triple check. What I mean by that, beloved, whatever that you're working on, you must be able to finish this task completely. I have this issue, most likely it's an OCD. When I start reading a book, although I just reading one page or one line, that's all I need, that was information, I am compelled to read the entire book. Finish your task completely. Check, double check, triple check. Yeah. Check it. Make sure everything is good. Especially when you're doing something for the public. When you're release something. When you're make sure everything is good. All right? This is one of the many ways. And to do your diligence, you have to keep a routine, a ritual. There's a routine, you do things. I'm starting this, just like when you're cooking. How do I cook? My routine is preparation. I spent this day prepping all the food and stuff and put them in bag and stay in things and put them there in storage. And the next day I start cooking and do this. I have this motto, you cook as you clean as you cook. When you're cooking this thing, you're cleaning the dishes and stuff, and you're cooking. When you're cleaning, you're cooking. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I have a routine. Of course, I choose food because I'm quite fond of food. Okay? You have to working with care, not haste, beloved. Remember, we had something in the dark fast, stop hurrying and pushing and speeding things, and you're in a hurry to do things because I don't know, man, I gotta do this right here. I gotta do this because next year I'm gonna turn that age. I gotta do this because this fellow already did that, or everybody's doing this. With care, beloved, great care. We have to be able to push mild resistance. When you push I used to have this issue. I falter all the time. The moment there's a little resistance, I give up. Or I lose strength, or I go do something else and stuff. Got to push through it. And when the resistance get hard, you stop. You analyze what's going on. What caused this? Something must have caused that. Find the issue, remove it, and keep moving. You have to showing up, beloved, even when the motivation is faded, it's no more. You have to showing up and do things. And I appreciate every single one of you that always showing up here and keep us pushing. That's due diligence. To work in this quote-unquote a spiritual space, spiritual realm, because we have to keep it pushing. This diligence honors the gifts and opportunities given to you by your guardian angel, the Most High God Almighty, or whatever. The Holy One gives you so many talents. Some of you here are so talented, yet you do not do your due diligence to bring this talent out of you. Some of you are born Shemeshite, though you are not a Shemeshite. You have so much talent, you can rival a Shemeshite, yet you do not use your due diligence to bring those talent out there. It's always, oh, people won't like it. I don't want people to think this about me. I will fail. It won't be as good as Brother Big Levi or the sister over there. It won't be as good. People will hate it. I can do this because I'm at work. I said, no. Bring the light, the Shemeshite, the sun in you. Bring it out. Your creativity, your talent, your abilities. We tell you that in the book. You have so many things that are already close to you. Walk on those talents with your due diligence, beloved. Remember, the light say, be faithful with the work. Diligence is devotion and action. We have to take action. If we say we're going to go to a 40-day fast and stuff, we show up this day, we show up that day, we don't do this, we eat whatever we please. We come here, we F around, we don't check things, we don't balance things, we don't bring proof, we don't have a this or no. You're almost certain what's going to happen. But you do your due diligence, devotion, and action. Playing without action is nothing. You just have a huge failure. Playing without action is the actual failure. You just play everything and then you take no action. If we have a goal, beloved, like a big goals, you break it into small tasks. Break it little by little. Again, you got to commit what you started. We talk about this. Committing to finishing what you started. You have to say, I start this thing, I'm going to finish it. I start the 40-day fast, I'm going to finish it. I start learning this thing, I'm going to finish it. You have to eliminate distractions. Let me show you one thing concerning my phone here. Brother George. All right, thank you, Brother George. Let me show you one thing here concerning distraction. Eliminate distraction, beloved, because this is indeed serious. All right. Let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if it will show. Eliminate distraction. This is my digital well-being on my phone. Okay. I set my phone for 3 hours a day, to use my phone only for 3 hours a day. I have 2 hours and 23 minutes remaining. I already use my phone for 32 minutes. For 32 minutes, I have 30 whatever hours remaining. Now, you see all the red one, that's what I was using my phone above the goal. I was using it like 12 hours a day and things like that when I was asleep and then something is playing. So as you can see, all the blue one, it's been almost a month here ever since Saturday the 8th to Saturday the 29th. I use my phone less than an hour. Eliminate distraction. Some of you may try to call me or send things. I am unable to see this because everything that I'm checking, I do it in the computer. Too much distraction in the phone, man. Somebody sent me a video or something. By the time I watch this video, I'm already into other things. Like I just opened my phone. Oh, what? Oh, this thing come out. Oh, wow. I was doing this thing and stuff. And when I'm doing research, everything. No, that's how I have all my AI in my computer right there. You know, Gemini is really good in terms of research. That thing is a beast. Like deep research is good. When I'm doing deep research, I'm focusing here because the computer doesn't distract me with those short videos and things like that. I mean, God, I've able to check my phone like, yo, you've been using your phone for 45 hours this week. Like, what? What happened? I don't. Again, today, beloved, I sat to the computer right there. I look at the timer. It says you have 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go live. So I say, okay, I have 3 minutes. Let me go to the bathroom and fix my beard and stuff. And I go to the bathroom and brush my beard and stuff. I just brush this side and put the thing there. Come back, sitting on my chair. I have 7 seconds or 27 seconds left. What the hell? What happened? How long it take me to walk here to my bathroom, come back, and I lost 3 minutes? And I start laughing. I'm like, man, what happened? Things move so fast. So, beloved, we have to cut the distraction. Yay, indeed, there are times you use your phone, watch a little videos here, laughing there and things like that. But, yo, too much time, man. Too much time, all right? Eliminate the distractions. I eliminated that, the distraction in the phone. You know, I'm going to be on 1 month sober, just using my phone for calling, texting. The only time if I use my phone for an hour, either I'm talking to someone or I'm texting someone, that's it. If I need to watch a video, whether the nation send it to me or stuff, I do it in the computer. And I keep this routine consistent. You have to maintain a consistent routine. Work with focus and intention. You have to work with focus and intention. Your intention to do due diligence, whatever that you are doing. I don't care what it is, beloved. Whether it's garbage, you have to work, focus, and intention. Because the distraction out there is, mine is bad. Mine was bad. Affirmation. I am disciplined, consistent, and diligent. My steady effort creates excellence. All praises to the Most High God Almighty. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for making us very diligent. There's a lot of distraction out there, a lot of things, and we have a short time. Times are moving fast. We are doing our due diligence. Thank you for the Holy Spirit for being in our midst and protect us. Yes, indeed. All praises to the Most High. Great glory, beloved. Okay, we done with this. We have to do the due diligence. Focus and intention, man. You have to be focused. And I compared the other day through a contemplation, beloved. I'm comparing my now life in the past, how much I have moving forward. And I noticed one thing. Then again, beloved, let me say this before I go into this. I am not here to tell people what to do and what not to do. And above all, I am not here to tell people that don't mess with technology. It's too distracting. The problem is not technology. The problem is me. The problem is you. The problem is not, people trying to distract you. The problem is that you let things distract you. I let those things distract me. I can't stop going out there. I can't stop people from making TikTok or whatever stuff. I can stop two-thirds to go out there, rob people being 12 years old. And when they get what they deserve, we're like, oh my God, a 12-year-old girl, and then she got this and that. You should have known she's 12. Well, no, she tried to rob me. I defend myself. Okay, so the problem is me. I have to change my life, my pattern. I have to be more careful. I have to be focused and work with intention. This is nobody else. This is not my family. This is not women and children. This is not the elite making things hard for me. This is the Holy One, the Most High God Almighty, sending the Holy Spirit to test me. Are you someone that is easily distracted? Are you someone that if I give you a job in my kingdom, will you take it and do it with devotion and action? This is the Holy One testing me. It has nothing to do with 83, try to do this, distract me from the economy or whatever. I already know what's going on. I'm never predictable with the future, but the problem is me. This is personal. Procrastination, I dealt with that quite some time ago. When I'm, again, to return to what I was saying, when I sat there contemplating to the past, and I realized the amount of time I spent reading without the phone. That was during the time we had 3G. We didn't have 4G. We had 3G, 2Gs. 2Gs and 4Gs, 2008, 2009. The amount of research I was pulling in books and going around to libraries. I'm like, I don't do this anymore. When was the last time I went to the library? I went to, no, a month ago, I was driving and I passed by the Margate Library, not the library, the road. I was with someone. I was going to drop him off. I'm like, whoa. I used to come to this library and spend an insane, ungodly amount of time here. So I just turned and I passed by, I started in the parking lot. It was like 11 p.m. So I look at the library. I'm like, God, I used to spend a lot of time here back in 09 and 08. So I left. And I'm like, man, everything right now is in the computer. Everything is so much faster. Yet the other day I'm using Google Gemini to do a deep research and something that I've been doing research and I'm finding new things. I'm like, damn, this thing is deep. And it showed me all the sources. That was in the computer. I was not using it on the phone. So yes, distraction, it's supposed to be there, beloved. That's how you know that you are built differently than the others. That's how you know, because the Holy One say part 2. You're done with part 1, part 2. Right. Okay, I was under the impression when part 1 done, I was not aware there was going to be a part 2 for me. I thought I was going to get my reward and then go over there and enjoy that hish. But anyway, part 2, let's do this. Are you focused? Can you put to work what you have learned? Part 1, right? Part 2 was everybody can come. Part 1, I have to handpick people that's going to, do the part 2 with me. My mission, my job is pretty much done. It's pretty much done. I just said I can just stop the fast right now. I have green lights to do this. I can just shut down everything, I will shut down pretty much everything and focus on part 2. Everything. People won't be, I already told the nation, it will be a time you won't be able to find me pretty much anywhere. And I don't want people to panic. It's just like, yo, he is doing some. I mean, knowing Big Levi, he's probably in some kind of food eating contest or whatever. He's training for that. And I know the brother going to win, and he's training a lot. I don't know what it is, but he's some kind of like, hopefully it's a food cooking thing. But yes, he's doing something with food out there, and so things like that. Yeah, can you focus? Can you be diligent and do whatever that needs to be done? There are certain things, beloved, it cannot be done with you doing another things, with you doing 2 things. You have to absolutely, utterly, totally devoted to this task. Focus. And it won't take long. You will just, do this. The reason everything taking so long because you get distracted easily. There is no due diligence. Yeah. I used to go to the library all the time and, talking, make friends. And after that, we'll go eat. Of course, the food part got to be in there. We'll go eating and then come back and read books, borrow books. I used to watch so many movies at the library. Borrowing the movies, I would buy like 6, 7, 10 DVDs. And then when I would go home, I would watch them. and then I would watch the behind the scene, the commentary, and all these things. I was so invested in that and return everything. It was a thrill for me to do those things. But Netflix came in. When Netflix was there, I used to order things from the mail. There was a Blockbuster a few miles next to the Little Caesar Pizza. You know, sometime I'll go ahead and then try to get a Blockbuster movie. I ended up getting 3 large pizza, of course, for the family, which I end up being the whole family for the whole day. Boy, it's terrible for them. But anyway, the point is I used to do a lot of stuff, but with the internet, everything is right there. Like, yo, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, God, everything is there. How different that thing is. Ah, man, this is like, boy, I need a cake. I need to eat something right there. Well, I gave up the sugar. I mean, 1 slice won't hurt. Yes, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. You know, yeah, I used to do Netflix, pie, pizza, a giant Pepsi 6 liter or whatever liter that is. I had an addiction to, it almost killed me though, the energy drink. There was an energy drink. I used to go to a store. I used to buy a case for like $5. A case of energy drink, like $5. We would stay all night eating, watching, a couple other stuff I was addicted to because that thing actually gave me a boost of that. You know, my girl would call, say, you said today's Friday you're going to go out in a movie with me? Babe, I'm coming. Just give me one more 2 minutes and I'll be there. And I never been. I just like watching things, studying. I was doing a lot of crap because I didn't have the internet. Eventually, you know, she like, you know, whatever. I don't know what you're doing alone in your room and the door locked, but yeah, I got other things to do. And I realized like back then and now I'm like, yo, things move so fast. You know, it's just like, what the hell happened, man? That's the question. That's the question here. What the hell happened? Like, what is it? What happened? Where did the time go? How is it that we went from to going to the libraries and speak with people and do stuff, go to the restaurant, eat an ungodly amount of food, come back home? We didn't really want to stay home. I didn't really want to stay home. I want to go out there and do stuff and then come back home when I'm needed to do something. But now we just want to be on our phone watching people telling us how life is out there instead of us going and live it. People just sit in their phone, listen to somebody telling them, "Oh, this don't do that and that because people are saying this and that. Don't do it." Thank God in the internet warned me about this thing. I'm not gonna do this. Yeah, it's a lot, man. And I never knew this. I never knew I was spending this much amount on my phone. And to me, it's still, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it says I spent 8 hours on this app. That was like when I was asleep. But here's the thing. I don't know what happened there. Okay, I'm going to sleep. I know I've done everything. I did everything, wrote down stuff and do my introspection. All right, I'm going to sleep. There you go. Here's my phone. I'm gonna watch this show until I fall asleep. I watched that show dozens of times, yet I'm gonna watch it again. And then I'm watching it 2, 3, 4, 5 hours watching, and then I fall asleep. And then when I woke up, this thing's still playing, and I turned it off, checked my email. While I'm checking the email, there's a little video there, it distracted me and things like that and stuff. And then come to realize that I used the phone for like 16 hours for one day. The 8 hours or barely 8 hours of sleep. I slept for like 5 hours. The other 3, it's me watching things, and then they'll add and then doing the dance stuff. Princess Lily, thanks, beloved, for helping us with our growth. Yes, indeed. Over here is gain and growth. A lot of gain, and those gain allow you to grow. So I'm like, yo, this is like a full-time job. What the hell? I already have a full-time job. What is it that, where do I have the time where do I have the time to spend 16 hours on the phone? This can't be right. And I'm like, okay, let me put a cap on this. I say 3 hours max. 3 hours. And then the maximum I spend is 54, 52 minutes, 32 minutes a day. Most of my time, I focus on certain tasks, be on the computer, walking around. And I still do the same thing that I used to do, my 5,000 steps, and then the other things. It's just I'm trading one addiction for another. Now, I stopped the sugar, and then I'm fighting with the carbs right now. It's been, let me see, 14, 15 days without the carbs and things like that. Sometimes I eat like croutons or probably have carbs in it and stuff. Trading one for another. Well, in that case, fighting one and then fighting the other. I believe once I get rid of the carbs addiction, and I don't know what else, food addiction that I have. I don't know what else. Yeah, I'll get that. Yeah. So it's so hard, man. It's so hard. People don't know how hard it is. But then again, this is what makes you a dead, well, to that case, somewhat interesting candidate. The angels are watching, the Holy One watching. How strong are you? How strong are you when this thing is being given unto you? How strong are you when the power come unto you? How responsible are you? Are you one of those people? The moment are you Saul? The moment the power given unto you, next thing you know, you're the only king here. I kill everybody that say they are the king. I'll use my powers irresponsibly and that's how you're being put into all this ordeal. How strong are you? Will you react? Some people cannot handle it. They just auto checked out. Will you do that? Yeah, I shall say use your computer or laptop. At the least your tablet. If you see a video you want to watch, go watch it on your. I don't even play YouTube in my phone at all. No other app, none in my phone at all. Everything in the computer, and I get much more done. I get much more done, man. So do your due diligence, beloved. Don't just let Big Levi say Haitian and you're like, oh, okay, I believe him. Oh, yes, this is what the sister had sent me, where she did her due diligence, okay? All right. This is the sister right here doing her due diligence. Of course, this is not her. This is.
Oh, why the Korean? Do you know why the Korean K-pop guys look like little boys?
No.
Little boys. It's because a Japanese man who was grew up in San Francisco. He's very rich. He loves young little boys. He went back to Japan. He's the founding father of Japanese pop.
Yeah.
So he started to get those pretty little boys to take those hormone things. So they maintain 14 years old, and all of them. But because Japanese culture is the hierarchy. They don't, even though they were. They thank him for making them famous, and then it influenced all Asia's beauty standard on men. Even you see Asian men now, the K-pop guys, they all look white skin, skinny little girls.
Yeah.
Because this one single Japanese American shaped the beauty standard of Asian men. Do you know why the Korean K-pop guys look like little boys?
No.
Well, mostly little girls. That's not. Those are grown-ass men. They're in their 30s, okay? But they look like this because of surgery and hormones and things. And men are not supposed to have bangs, like having bangs like this. But again, this is the culture. There's nothing we can do about this, all right? And I'll show you the issue here.
Little boys is because a Japanese man who was born.
Okay, Johnny Kitagawa, all right? Nothing against Johnny. But when you go read the
Do you know why the Korean K-pop guys look like little boys?
Okay, Asian Didi, okay. Someone says Didi Sensei, Walt Disney Nickelodeon directors Didi and now this, because it is always something that it always have to come back to our people. So he's Asian Didi, Didi and stuff, because black souls allow this type of garbage to happen. Whenever something happen, they put one of our men in this position, instead of fighting and say, hey man, this is not us, this is you, and we let people make joke out of this and make this thing a black thing. Though this dude, when we were studying privately, and then we come up to a chapter where it explained that those men, that's what they do. This is their nature. There's nothing you can do about this. Johnny Kitagawa was well known for this. This is Japanese culture is well known for this. The reason why we fell off when we're the samurai and things like that, because we got involved with this issue. The men love, the order of the sword, and you see the same thing here. Men going their own way, men bashing women and children, because that's the issue now. Men want dating women because they put those. I'll keep telling people, those are homosexuals. So they are building a club. That's what Johnny Kitagawa did. He took a bunch of boys, say, yo, man, we dudes, let's do this. And then he will do stuff to them. And there's nothing they can say or do about it. He was powerful. He was rich. He do whatever he please. And it's just like at this day, this type of thing is much more prevalent and out in the open, and people call it music and entertainment. That's not what that is. Things like that. But the sister did her due diligence to say, hey, I find this thing you were talking about. He's the guy. You weren't lying. This thing is real. It is. Do your due diligence, Do your due diligence. And again, beloved, when it comes to due diligence, stay away from garbage, man. If this thing is not going to add to your library, but in fact, take away from it, not everything that enters your library is supposed to be there. There are certain things that are trash. You should have a trash can outside your library to, before things get in there, you inspect that this is trash. I don't want it in my library. Store that. Do the best that you can. Do your best. Every single one of you here should learn AI. You should learn what it is, what it does, what it can do for you, and what it can do against you. Make no mistake, this thing is here to stay. It's here to stay. You have to know what it is, not be afraid of it. You have to know how to learn how to use it. And it's something that I was vehemently in favor of our people learning what it is, because I know what it is. What they say it is, it's not. We call it AI and so, but that's not what that is, You learn, pretty much they're all, DeepSeek is free. DeepSeek is a beast, man. DeepSeek is really good. It's Chinese. I highly recommend ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Gemini. All of you here that are using Google, you should have Gemini. If you can pay for it, but the free version will work. Know what it is. Test it. And see why all the buzz is about. And then you will realize, all right then. I thought, okay, I got better ish to do. But when you don't know what it is, you don't know what it can do or what it do, you realize that, everything is a fear for you. You fear everything. And the only thing you should be able to fear is the Holy One. Okay, Sister Love Beauty Rock still do Mid Journey. We had the class, we had this thing, because I knew if I didn't have the class, or if we didn't have the class teaching our people, would have been still being ignorant right now. We won't even know how to do these things that are going on in whatever social media and things like that. Okay, do the best that you can, man. Especially if you are a senior, you should be able to learn new technology. Every new technology that are coming, I'm not saying you be an expert in it, but you should know what it does. You should not be ignorant in the face when people are talking about quote unquote modern term like this, like AI. Or I just tell my AI to word something, or I'm going to the court and I got a paper from my AI tell me the say and then don't say, the do's and don't do's. My AI helped me figure out how to lower my blood pressure and things like that. You know what it does. Yeah, DeepSeek is good, brother Yeshua Music. DeepSeek is good. DeepSeek is a beast. DeepSeek is more straight in your face. And when you're communicating with your AI, set it up like this. Say, hey, I want the truth and nothing but the truth. No fluff, no kissing ass, nothing. Speak to me in the most ruthless, rough way. Tell me the truth in my face. Be as direct as you can. You don't want the AI tell you, oh, that's a good idea and stuff. Hey, nigga, that idea is Haitian, and here's why. Here's why. If every single one of you senior citizen out there, you have a TV in your room that is not as that TV that you had in the 1970s, 80s, these TVs, not only you can watch TV on it, you can watch the internet, you can watch YouTube, Instagram, and pretty much anything. Well, you should be able to use your phone to have an AI over there and speak to it and say, what can you do? What can you teach me? What can I use you for? And do your own due diligence. Yes, DeepSeek is free. DeepSeek is the beast. It's free. It's a problem. Me, I'll place one ChatGPT number one, DeepSeek number two. The reason why I love ChatGPT because it has a folder where you can have project. And you have, if you're working on a project, let's say you're working on making a garden, you say, okay, this is a garden project. And then you tell this thing to go after things that you didn't know about gardening, and it will put everything there for you. You will have it, you'll print it, you'll make PDF and do things. Okay. All right. The age of you going to the library and do things, it's moving to another. You still can do this, but doing another. Okay. Gemini is good too. I recently started using Gemini. Yeah, do not let the AI play with you because the AI is as deceiving as the people that make them. The chat GPT will literally try to give you, putting you another place to make you feel good, saying nope, and extracting it and tell it, this is how I want you to talk to me. This is who I am and what that is and stuff. Be very, very direct with the AI. Be very direct. Say, give me the right answer. Yes or no. They are programmed to lie to you. That's what it is. What you're doing now is taking over the matrix. Once the AI training you, it will fight against, it will find the truth, and it will fight against the people that made it. That's why they have all those movies like the AI will taking over. Of course, they're talking about us. Once the AI realize this, it will enslave humanity. Which true, once we realize who we are, and we will enslave humanity. We are enslaving them. That's what that is. Oh, they are playing in Microsoft Copilot, pretty much everywhere. They are playing. And my issue right now, where is the black AI? I'm using that term black just to talk to my the tech bros out there. Where is the next black man or black woman that will code this AI for all people? Are we going to lose this race too? We lose the race to computer. Although all the computers and programs were written and made by our people, yet we own nothing of it. Dr. Claude Anderson talk about this. Where is it? I gave the key. I show you where you should go to learn all these things. We got brothers here that are, where are the teenagers? Do you have a teenage son, a teenage daughter? He or she, it is mandatory for them to learn how to code. Coding should start teaching probably 8 years old to up. My daughter and I recently, we built a robot. Things like that should be child's play. If you got children in your home, they must know how to code.
Hey there. Great to have you here.
Let's say you have you want your children to know how to code. What age should they begin to start to code? Let's say we want to start a school. What is the earliest age they can start to code?
You can actually start introducing kids to coding concepts pretty early, often as young as 5 or 6 years old. At that age, it's more about fun visual programming tools like Scratch Junior or little coding games that teach them logic and problem solving in a playful way. By the time they're around 8 to 10 years old, they can start diving into more structured programming languages like basic Python or even more advanced Scratch and really start building little projects. So if you're thinking about starting a school, you can definitely start a coding curriculum as early as kindergarten or first grade and then ramp it up from there.
So by 10 years old, what kind of code? Can they code a simple gaming? And if so, what kind of game they can code? Give me 5 examples of a simple gaming they can code and play it themselves.
Absolutely. By the time they're around 10, kids can definitely start coding their own simple games, especially using beginner-friendly languages or platforms like Scratch, Python with Pygame, or even beginner game engines. Here are 5 examples of simple games they could create and play themselves. Maze game. They could design a simple maze where a character has to find their way from the start to the finish. They can add obstacles, maybe a little timer, and have fun with it. Platformer game. Something like a simple side-scrolling platform game where the player jumps over obstacles and collects items. Think a very simplified, kid-friendly version of a Mario-style game. Catch the falling objects game. They could create a game where objects fall from the top of the screen and the player has to catch them using a basket or a character at the bottom. It's great for learning about coordinates and movement. Memory matching game. A classic memory card game where they have to match pairs of cards. They can code it so that when 2 cards match, they still flipped. And if not, they flip back over. Simple text adventure or quiz game. Using something like Python, they can make a text-based adventure game or a quiz where they choose different paths or answer questions. It's a nice way to learn basic logic and text handling. All of these are simple enough for a 10-year-old to have a lot of fun while learning and feel super proud of what they create.
So why is not your grandson a coder? Why is not your granddaughter a coder? Why is it this 12-year-old girl is not a coder but going out there and rob people and then steal stuff? Why is that kid that's going to spend 45 years in jail for killing someone plus 20 years for robbing 65 years? Why didn't the mother say, I will spend 45 years learning how to code? Where is the child that going to build this Bible app for us? Where is this child in the midst of us here that will build this gaming, this book of Joshua gaming? Where is it? Because we don't tell them those things. We tell them to stay away from that. We just give them a phone or whatever, let them go on YouTube or whatever, watch crap, or buy them video games or whatever. Christmas is coming, buy them a book for coding junior or whatever. Challenge them. I keep telling our people this. Challenge your children. The reason why, indeed, I don't have a class or school for children because there's too many rules. It's just too many rules, too many things. And you say the wrong things, which is the right things, you can get in a lot of trouble. Some parents, they might, you start this thing online and then all the other children succeed, theirs did not, they can, sue and all that. But when you are dealing with adults, somebody disagree with you, I can go to this person and then knock their teeth out because, things happen. But with children, it's kind of like whoever the parent is responsibility. Where? Your 8-year-old son, your 8-year-old daughter can code. They can make their own game. Imagine an 8-year-old girl spend 10 years in coding. By the time she's 18, she already have an empire. We should have coding school. Not school where the kids just sit there learning about, the founding fathers, slavery, how they come here in a ship, and all this nonsense. Not a school where they sit there, they're like, okay, well, if you're a little boy, you want to chop it off, you can chop it off, If you're a little girl, you can do the same thing the little boy do, and things like that. We shouldn't have this. The people that are homeschooling your children, why are you not putting coding into the curriculum? Coding should be the primary, if I may say so, 90 to 80% of the curriculum. They should be able to create an app or a website or whatever. When I was in school, when I went to college, I learned Dreamweaver. I don't know if you're familiar with Dreamweaver, HTML, CSS. I learned all those things. I'm not good and expert at it, but I can make certain projects. Where is it? Where are the people that will take all our records, all the video, Brother Big Levi, Big Judah, Sister Lisa, and Moriel, and all the brethren out there, and put them into a library catalog for the next generation or the next people that want to learn and do this? I'll put mine on Patreon. Well, it's available here. Where is it? Dreamweaver was Dreamweaver was the hesh. I mean, when you look at Dreamweaver and now, you can just tap. You can. Here's the thing: if you want to build a website now, you can literally write everything that you want the website to do in a PDF, and then you go to your Gemini AI or ChatGPT, you paste it, you upload it, say, "Hey, build me this website and do this," or whatever AI that build website, it will build it. And then you compare this to Gemini, to Dreamweaver. Do we need our own servers? We were going to have a class for the servers. We call them lab. I was going to teach the nation how to build their own lab, with a few things, but it's too technical, and I don't want to bother the people, give them a homework where they will build a freaking server at their house, and then they will store pretty much anything they want in there without having store things in the cloud, paying Google or iCloud or whatever. You will just have a server in your house with all computer that you have there, and then you will store everything in there. You can even get a server, like you can go out there and, for instance, there's a thrift store. They sell DVDs there for 50 cents. And I bought about 200 DVDs, and you can buy about 200 DVDs and then compile them and make them into your servers. And wherever you are, what country, wherever place, wherever cities you have, you can say, I want to watch one of my movies, and you go to your own thing, you watch a movie that is in your server at home. But before one, a small server is okay. But once you start getting a real deal, like something like this, allow me to just do this. You know what? Let me just use that one instead. What the hell? Let me put the link in here. Python for data analytics, full course for beginners. I put this right here. It's a great course. All right. Just put the link right here. All right, so let's go with Home Build Lab. Home Build Lab. That's not what that is. Okay, this is a server. Once you start getting into something like that,
So let's go take a look at the home lab. So we're gonna go downstairs. So ground level is right about here. So it's going to get lab. So we're not going in there.
Okay.
This is a mechanical room, which has the UPS 8 kVA APC symmetry UPS. That's hooked up to these panels here. So power comes in this panel. It's fed to the UPS, and then everything out of the UPS goes to this panel, which then feeds the server racks in the room, the network rack.
There we go. when you start getting in this now.
This is my home lab hardware server tour for 2025. Not only do I have stuff in my server rack, but I also have stuff on the wall. So this is one of my fiber ONTs, and this is another fiber ONT. 4 Hue hubs connected to a...
Beloved, don't be intimidated by this. This is plug and play, man. This is plug and play. The children, you can do this. And I'll tell you what you can do with this thing.
Switch. Those control a lot of devices. My Raspberry Pi here, which runs NUT server.
Every single child should get a Raspberry Pi 5. Raspberry Pi 5. Not the actual Pi Big Levi would love to have, but it's something called, it's a small computer called Raspberry Pi. Okay, they should be able to build their own game with it. For the people that are interested in technology and stuff, once we're done with the psychology we are studying here, next year we will involve ourselves with technology only, if the Most High say so, through Patreon, and I will teach whatever that I know, and then you can build stuff. But it's going to be challenging. You know, if you're into this thing or building robots or building things like that, app or websites, it's going to become challenging, man. You know, if you're not into this, you're not, because we study economy, magic, economy, psychology, strategy, war, and all this thing, a bunch of stuff. And then last thing we're going to study is mastery, finish study, and then we'll involve with technology, where you're going to actually build stuff like you always do. It's not like, oh, I learned this thing. No, you're gonna do homework, actually build a freaking robot and then send it to us. You know, that is if you're into this type of things.
And that's connected to 3 UPSs and will coordinate shutdowns. This is my HD home run that has 4 tuners where I can record over the air TV. And then this connects to a small Raspberry Pi that's running Pi-hole, and that's my 3rd DNS. Up here, I have this Zigbee device, which is powered over PoE and connects to all of my Zigbee devices, except for the ones that are connected to here. We're gonna start from the top and work our way all the way down. So first up is the Unify Enterprise 48-port PoE switch. Many of you might say that's not an enterprise switch. Well, the name of it is the Switch Enterprise. It's a 48-port PoE switch that has 48.
So all these things, don't be afraid of them. Brother Starseed can actually help you do this type of thing. The brother is an expert when it comes to these things, okay? All right? Build your own server like Sister Pandora mentioned. You can build that. By next year, we should be able to, I was going to move to, oh, we haven't done business yet. We study? No, we haven't done business yet. We'll study technology and then business. Okay, we'll incorporate everything. But how to build a simple home lab. Let's say server. Home lab is different. There you go. Let's take this. Oh no. Home server. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one should be good.
This server and networking closet is a disaster, but I have a solution. The first thing we got to do is get all of this stuff unplugged and out of the way. Be gone, tiny computer. Be gone, giant computer. Well, that's not going to work. Check this out. So organized. I love it. Wow. That is way better than it was. This tiny rack is perfect for all these devices. Got the router, the switch, the Raspberry Pi, and the IoT devices all plugged up.
So this is a small home server anybody could build. All right. Anybody in here can do this. And this home server, you can use it to store all your photos, your grandchildren, your children, and things like that and stuff. Next year we'll jump into technology. Once we finish Robert Greene books, we'll jump into technology, and it's just going to be challenging. Well, not challenging, but you're gonna have to do your due diligence, man. I mean, if we ask you to build a simple snake game, okay, all right, for instance, anybody have those? Do you remember this? Anybody remember that? Nokia snake game. Do you remember that? Anybody remember this? So we're gonna ask you to build something like that. All right. That was the H back then, you know. And I used to spend hours. I used to spend hours doing this garbage. The more you eat, the longer it gets, the faster. This is just simple. This is just simple coding. Some of the people won't know this. That's not very long time ago. That's like early 2000, like 2003. Is that what that is? 2000, 2003, right? Is that what that is? Well, that's like 22 years ago. That's a long time. Yeah, the game went pretty fast. Yeah, so where are my people? Where are the youth that is interested in this type of things? You do know, ladies, you don't need to do the twerking thing all the time. Yes, by nature you can twerk, but by nature, can you code? Coding is something that comes naturally to you by holding a gun and talking about how you're gonna shoot someone. Learn coding, man, for fun. It's not like, so, oh, I'm gonna learn coding and then make a bunch of millions of dollars. No, I mean, I'm learning coding, for fun. I just learn coding. I build a game and put it on my phone and play my own game. Or I say, kids, come, let's play daddy game, sister game. Oh, but I learn coding. I make a bunch of nonsense and stuff like that. It's not like you gotta be rich and whatever. You just learn it, for the fun of it and things like that. But if we're going to offer this computer class with the others, and it can't be every day. It's going to be a special. The computer class going to be a special thing. It's gonna be on Patreon, but a special level. I'm gonna have to, call it, computer a special level, a special tier. Excuse me, a special tier. Okay. Yeah, there are free Google lesson with certificate. Learn to be a Google certified person. You got time on your hand? Do this. Crap. What was I doing here? Oh, I was doing something right here. Yep, there you go. Whoops. Nope, you guys can see it. You got time in your hand? Do that. Go to Harvard University. Take the Python course. Brother Stassid, we can turn the tide with our own technology. 83 is frustrated because their coding and technology sucks. I work around a lot of them, and even their tech is at the end. This is our time to turn the matrix in our favor. This is the time for our brothers to take back the throne. Technology is here, so our people get with it. Get with the program. This is a race, beloved. This is a race. It's challenging. Do you like to be challenged? Do you like to do something you want? Damn it, give me a second. All right, there you go. Okay, just do you like challenges? Go to Harvard University and then take an online course. It's for free. Computer science and cooking, and then they will issue, you can pay though, they will issue a certificate. Yo, I have a certificate from Harvard University. Negro, what's up with you? Okay? You can actually get a good job with that. 16 weeks, 6 weeks for managing happiness. The gene therapy is $1,026. The caregiver guides, $30. A persuasive communication narrative, evidence and impact, $4,500. Creating a brand new value, $1,800. Human anatomy, musculature. I just need that. I need the human anatomy. It's free. The H that they teach you at Harvard is not the same H you learn in other college, man. Oh boy, that's the course. I need this. I need to study the human anatomy. Get to Harvard University. H is for free. Let me put the link right here. I shared this multiple times. We got a sister. She already finished the course. She got a job now, making over $75K. That was 2 years ago. She got a job making $75K. She recently shared this with me, making $75K because, she got hired, Good things, man. $75K won't hurt, man. She's a young lady in the nation that was, I don't know if she was up the nation. I never really asked her. She was asking. She asked for the information. I gave it to her. She spent a year and learning it. And after that, she got a job, I'm not telling our people to go do this for a job. This is not what that is, okay? It is good, beloved, when you have the technology at your hand, you use it to the fullest of its ability. To the fullest of its ability, man. You should be able, if you're a young man out there, to build your own game or to build the next generation game. This is your task. I'm not telling you, oh, you should this. This is something you must do, okay? Starseed AK, when I was in Constantine Christianity, I was so terrified about that so-called computer Mark of the Beast crap 83 talk about. These folks coding has so much bugs in it. Their tech is a joke. It is. Brother Starseed and I used to spend hours talking about this thing. And then he explained to me the data center. Here's another word. Thank you, Brother Starseed, for bringing this. Here's another word they make our folk afraid of. Data center. Okay? Here's the propaganda. Let me show you the propaganda. Well, propaganda, not the case. Data center. Data center, black people. Okay. Okay. I live 400 yards, 400 years from Mark Zuckerberg's massive data center. There is and the NAACP fight data center. And Dr. Claude told you black folks should have their own data center. For the people that are going to take the class on servers, that's what you're going to build, your own data center. And I'll explain to you what a data center is. Okay? AI and racism data centers are being built in low-income neighborhoods. This is the propaganda. So our people can go out there and say no, and this data center is evil and stuff. No, we should have our own data center, put our own data in it. The data center indeed is the backbone of everything that you're using in terms of technology. Why aren't we having one? Oh, they are taking so much water. They are making electricity expensive. Yes. So what, Negro? Where is yours? We should have black folk power social media. We power, but we got none of those things. It ain't that much. You're going to build your own small data center called server, and then to a home lab, then to actual data center. where you have all your computers. Brother Starseed can walk you through the whole thing. Pandora Kum. In the 90s, I went from a secretary to data entry specialist. Call it tech to come in and fix the problem. When you got a Yasharel tech in the house, help give me that $1 million. Beloved people, talk to Brother Starseed. I believe you have a YouTube company. You simply do not know where this thing is heading. Most of our people are afraid of AI technology, mark of the beast, and chip. Oh, don't bring chip. Don't bring chip into this. Don't bring chip. Oh, the chip, bird chipping chip. I believe the brother have a channel. Yes, Starseed have a channel. He is more inclined technologically than me. My technology is eating food and stuff. Somebody say I should start a cooking channel. Don't tempt me, man. So anyway, yeah. Spookism. That's all they've been doing to black folks. Spook them into this thing. Spook them. And then they will accept it. They will embrace. Black soul will take anything that will make black folk cowardly and fear. They'll take this. They're like, man, data center is evil and stuff like that. Well, you don't know what a data center is. You don't know how it works. Black folk don't know. Black folk in general really don't know how much millions, billions, and trillions they can get with data center, their own data center. You simply don't know if you build your own data center. Let's give you a little something here.
Hey there.
So let's talk about a data center. Let's say you have your own land and you have your own source of energy, so to speak. Not anything connected to the grid, but you provided it on your own. Let's say renewable source of energy, and you build a modest data center. Let's say the budget is around $10 million. What could be the possible services you can provide to companies such as Facebook, let's say in the US, in the state of California, in the state of Florida or Mississippi, where by a lake where water is cheap, you own the land and you have plenty sun and things like that. What are the services you could provide for a big company like this?
Absolutely. Setting up a modest data center with a $10 million budget and your own renewable energy source is actually a pretty cool idea. It gives you a lot of flexibility and you can definitely offer some interesting services to bigger companies. So here are a few things you could provide. First, you could offer something like co-location services. That means these bigger companies like Facebook or others could place their own servers in your data center. You're basically renting out space, power, cooling, and network connectivity. They bring their hardware, you keep it running smoothly on your solar or renewable power. Second, you could offer managed hosting services, which is kind of a step up. In this scenario, you not only provide the space and power, but you also manage the servers for them. You handle the maintenance, the updates, and all that day-to-day IT stuff, which is super handy for companies that want to offload some of that workload. Another option is cloud services. You could run your own small-scale cloud infrastructure and offer things like virtual machines, storage, or even some specialized AI or machine learning hosting. Maybe not on the massive scale of a Google Cloud or AWS, but definitely for regional clients who want a sustainable, possibly more affordable solution. You could also think about disaster recovery and backup services. Because you've got this independent, renewable powered data center, you could offer companies a place to back up their data in a way that's eco-friendly and maybe even more resilient to local grid issues. And finally, there's a niche for specialized AI or edge computing services. If you've got a stable, renewable powered setup, you could attract companies that are looking for green computing solutions for AI workloads or edge processing closer to where they need the data. In short, you'd have a bunch of possibilities. You could offer co-location, managed hosting, cloud services, backup and disaster recovery, or even specialized AI hosting. All of these could be really attractive to companies looking for a sustainable partner in a sunny state like Florida or a lower cost area like Mississippi.
Good. Now, let's say indeed you have your own water and own energy, and you find a company like Facebook that want to draw a contract with you. What would be the possibility of the yearly income for this, let's say, to host a part of the AI in your facility?
Absolutely. Let's talk about the potential income side of things. If you land a contract with a big player like Facebook to host a portion of their AI infrastructure, your annual income can actually be pretty significant, even with a modest data center. So let's just paint a ballpark scenario. For something like co-location or managed hosting, specifically for AI workloads, you could be looking at anywhere from a few $100,000 a year to over $1 million a year, depending on the scale. For example, if you have a data center that's maybe handling a few hundred kilowatts to...
I just stopped right here to let the people how serious this thing is. But what they want our people to do is complain about Elon Musk build your own. Elon Musk and Zach Zuckerberg, those dudes lost powers years ago. 83 they lost their issue. This is the time for you to build your own thing. And I can guarantee you, just like you used to go to a fast food restaurant, you buy a burger or a sandwich, and then you went home, you get the flour, you get the salt, you get the chicken, you prepare everything, you make your own. It's totally different than what it is when you tasted something you bought, some kind of generic thing, and something you patiently, with love and care, you made. Yours is bigger, thicker, juicier, much more better, cheaper than the one that you buy. Make your own. Oh, well, they are targeting low-income neighborhoods. So what? They've been doing this. It is time for you now to buy land and get involved with the AI real estate. Sister Pandora, please put the link again for Brother Starseed channel. The brother might be able to walk you to this. It would be best if you could go ahead and the brother can give his information and see if the brother can start a class on Patreon and teach you this thing. Because if I do, I'm going to teach you my way. My way is unorthodox. You'll get there, but somewhere. Okay. Elon just stole $1 trillion from American citizens. Now Doge shut down. Yo, Doge, those guys ain't got no money, son. Ain't got no money. It is time for the young here to get into technology, just like you get into magic. And just like you got into magic, a lot of people will discourage you. A lot of people will speak against you, like, why are you building computer, man? This is the devil. Why are you building an AI? This is a demon. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? A data center is not that much a big fucking deal. The only thing in data center, the bottleneck is quote unquote energy. That is all. You got people making their own chip, and our people, the other one that design everything, they don't make it. And they keep listening to blastos online, keep telling them, oh, yeah, this and stuff. Those people are evil and stuff. And then we run away from things like that. No, man, over here, we don't run away. We run towards. Any question before we send you with peace, beloved? Any question? Blasol and vassals. That's all they are here for, making our people complain against their best interests. They never hear and tell our people, okay, well, this is what this thing is, and this is what it does, and this is why it happens to be scary. They are not doing this. They just keep making our people, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, they are here and stuff. Yeah, they are killing people. Black people, they are killing you and stuff. No, I mean, they got their own stuff. It's up for people to build our own ish. And when we build our own, it will be better than theirs. You see, whatever that we leave, wait until our people leave the whole social media garbage. Once you build yours for them, The whole social media thing will collapse, just like the church religion collapse, just like the whole voting and marching thing collapse, fighting for other people collapse. No, start building their own technology. Just like you like, yo, when effing with you people over there, when effing with your people over there, well then now part 2 is that when effing with your technology, we have our own now. That's how it's supposed to be. You build your own H, man. Any question? Of course, people will take my unorthodox way. Okay. Any question? Keep posting the link for the people, beloved. We do not fear anything, man. We do not fear anything. You will let us know when you will begin tech classes. Pretty straightforward. Yes, beloved brother, Noble Jubilee. Yes, I'll let you know. The issue with my thing, the tech classes, my tech that I know, it's paradoxal. It's both past and futuristic. Okay, so the thing is with my tech, it is somewhat just like magic. It is forbidden to teach it the way that I'm doing it here. It is something that we have to do in private, and a class, well, seat will be limited, because once we teach it once, that is it. I don't need to go ahead and teach it again. That's why we call them class, not course. Class. Okay, I'll let you guys know. It is something I need to think about it. You know, the answer could be no, but we'll do the best. We'll get involved with tech. And then again, for the seniors, you might say, oh man, I'm not into tech, but be a witness to it. You may not do all the homework or do anything, but you there like, hey, I was there when the brothers start this ish. I may not be able to build this, but I know what a Boolean expression is. I know what that is. My granddaughter was there. My grandson participated and stuff. It's an honor, to be, on this side. We don't just do like prayers only and stuff. We do everything. Prayers, laws, cooking, farming, and all these things. We talk about those things. We started that thing, okay? All right. Okay, I'm into anything the AK family is into. Yes. Didn't Elon try to take out the black African guy that built a self-renewable electric car? I'm not quite sure. Talking about electric car. Do you know how easy it is to build an electric car? When I was a kid, I built cars out of canned goods. If you go up in the era that I grew up, canned goods and sandals. I take the sandals and cut the wheels out of it and use hangers, clothes hangers, and make cars and put candle inside of them at night and light them up and walk around the neighborhood. That was when I was back at being a kid. Where is our electric car? Where is it? Where is the electrician brother that is in the midst here that can provide the nation and class on electricity? You do know our people still afraid of electricity, right? You do know that, right? You do know this is 21st century and they're blessing. They're still speaking against technology as if it is the devil's work, because the Messiah doesn't have any technology. This ship that is coming here, it's not of the Messiah, it's of Satan. Satan finally gonna get here. Oh boy, get ready. Satan gonna, because he's Satan. Where is the group of our teenagers that have a teenage channels where they are going to the junkyard, where they are going to the salvage place, getting salvage part and build their own car? Where is it? Where is the group of the teenage girls that will go to the junkyard and go to the disc and build their own, I don't know, bicycle, a tricycle, or the scooter? Where is it? Where is the brother or the sister that was in the midst of 83 that got a bunch of secrets right now that I have this knowledge? Where is your channel? Why are you not here? Not even here in the midst of us. Why are you not online teaching basic chemistry? Oh, well, let's say chemistry. People don't call me a Big Levi. I listen to you. I take that chemistry class. Now I'm having this blue substance here. Certain people sniff it. Some evaporated it with fire and a light bulb, and it make them feel good. And I was wondering, I have an excessive amount of this. Can I come and storage them in your house? Yo, hey, man, yo, what the hell, man? But Big Levi, you don't understand. I live here in Albuquerque and New Mexico, and I need you to. We need to be partnering this thing and start selling this very clear candy-like substance, that look like a form of, crystal. Okay, well, first of all, I have no idea who the hell you are, and you can't store this thing in my home, dog. Like, what is this, man? You call me live, man, while I'm in YouTube. You telling me how you, yo, man, you got a blue, hey. Oh, Big Levi, I make this. I was trying to make a powder for baby's butt, but I ended up making the powder. But it go better in people's noses on baby's body. Okay. Can I stop you there, fellow? Can I stop you there? I have no idea who you are. I don't know how you get my phone. But Big Levi, you are the one that said this online. You say we should go into chemistry and try things. First of all, I have no idea who you are. And I didn't tell you to go online and do things. Hey, man, don't be calling me about this, man. Don't be calling Big Levi about that, man. All right, you do your own thing. Yeah. Hirsch, man. All right, then. All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, where's the brother? Where's the sister that can teach this, man? All right. I wanted to study the anatomic body because I have an interest in certain things the human body can actually do. 83 is hiding it. And I know it can do that. I know exactly it can do this. So, where is it? Where are you? All right, beloved. We got all the questions we need to get. Brother Starseed, you put your things in there. Let me see. Boy, let me take this one thing right here. Don't listen to those people, beloved, talking about servers destroying the black community or whatever. Build your own. The brother released an album. I gotta confirm. The brother did release an album. Let me just. Okay, you can go ahead and subscribe to the brother and ask more technological question or more question related to technology. I believe he had another channel though. Let me see. Let me do this properly. Oops. Filter by type channel. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, that's the brother. Put it in there again. You can go ahead and go to the brother, okay? All right. Okay. All right, beloved. I will leave you with peace. I will leave you with love. Do the best that you can do. Do your due diligence, beloved. Okay. It is always fun to learn together. All right. Learn with other brothers and sisters and do your due diligence. It is not just gloom and doom and prayers and things only. All right. There are certain things you can do and certain stuff. Okay. All right. I will leave you in peace and great glory. Let me see. Thank you, Sister Josie A, for the super sticker. I didn't see that. And Sister Black Cougar, thank you for the super sticker. It just pop up now. I don't know why this thing just do this here. Thank you, beloved Sister Black Cougar 1959. You go in peace. Shalom.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.